Superfly triathletes. Hope you guys are doing well today. It's Friday, so we're having our live broadcast with our swim series. So this is going to be swim series number 4, which is body rotation. So freestyle body rotation is the topic for today. So we're going to give some people some time to sign on here and get started. So give us a few minutes, but I hope you guys are doing well, having a good week. I know it's been really hot here in Florida, and I think our Gulf temperatures are around 88 degrees, so the water is pretty hot to be swimming out there. Luckily, our pool is nice and cool, so it's been fine swimming there, but swimming in the Gulf right now is pretty rough. So I hope you guys, wherever you are, find some open water, and that's a little more comfortable. So we'll give some people some more time here, to get on. Like I said, this is freestyle body rotations, this 4th in our swim series. My name is David Miner. I'm one of the Superfly coaches. If you're joining for the first time, thanks for coming in and thanks for joining. I'm also owner of Swim Without Limits, which Adam and Tanya of Superfly, we're working together. Superfly coaching and Swim Without Limits to do some things. So this is one of the things we're working together on. So hope Tanya and Adam are doing well on their trip up to Chicago. So we'll give us everybody a few more minutes here, and we'll get started. Again, I'm David Miner, one of the coaches for Superfly on the swimming side. I don't do too much with the biking and the running, but I focus on the swim side. So again, we're doing freestyle body rotation, which is really important for swimming, and we're going to get into that here in another minute or two. So I hope everybody's got some good plans for the weekend, whatever that might be, and whatever the training or the racing series plans are for you this weekend. Get out there, have some fun, get out there in the water and practice some of these things that we're going to talk about today. Go back and check out some of the first 3 series. They're up on Superfly's community page, so you can check those out and go out and practice some of the stuff you've been working on. All right, so we're going to get started here. Freestyle body rotation. All right, so in swimming freestyle, we're a long axis stroke. Means we're rotating from basically the top of our head, down our neck, down our spine, all the way to the bottom of our feet. We're rotating on that long axis. So pretend like there's a rod going through the top of your head, down your spine, all the way down to your feet, and you're rotating on that axis. You're not trying to bend it in forward or backwards, left or right. We're just rotating on it. So it's a solid object that we're rotating on. So freestyle is a long axis stroke, just like backstroke. So we're always rotating on that axis and keeping that in mind when we're swimming. So the goal is to have a horizontal body line, okay, nice horizontal body line. We don't want to be plowing, we don't want our feet down, we don't want our head up too much. We want a nice horizontal body line. That helps to keep our hips to the surface, helps to keep our legs towards the surface. So it's really important to swim in this position. It's much harder to try to pull yourself, swim your body through the water when you're plowing with your feet down, your hips down, than it is if you're in a nice horizontal position. I've talked about this before in a couple of the past series, but it's so important, and all this stuff ties together. So we're just building on from one series to another, and it all ties together. So you're going to hear some repeats of things that we've already mentioned, and you will in the future series here. So this is number 4, like I said, and we've got 4 more to come. So to swim with a good body rotation, you need strong core muscles. All right, your core is really important in swimming, period, whatever stroke you're going to do, but it's really important in freestyle as well. So what does the core do for you? Well, the core helps for you to turn your hip, to turn your shoulders, and as a single unit, basically one piece. All right, so you're rotating on that long axis on one piece. Okay, you're not bent. You're not rotating just from your hips to your shoulders. You're not rotating just from your hips to your feet. So you're rotating your shoulder, your hip, all in one unit as one piece, okay? Keeping your upper arm between your shoulder and your elbow in a near vertical position on the recovery really helps with this. So what does that mean? So your shoulder, your elbow, okay? So we're trying to keep that very vertical on our recovery, all right? We're coming over in a vertical position. We're not out here wide, okay? We're in a very high position. So that's gonna help you rotate that body over as you're performing that stroke. So good body rotation, all right, what does that do for you? Well, in rotating, it allows you to reach further. If I'm swimming really flat, which is the opposite of good body rotation, and you will see some good swimmers out there swimming with a more flat position. They're swimming here, they're stroking, they're kicking, but they're not rotating much at all, okay? And there are some very fast swimmers that are capable of doing that well. However, we want to rotate. One, it allows us to extend further. All right, I can reach out in front of myself a lot further by rotating, okay, than I can if I just swim flat. I can't really reach that far, but when I rotate, man, I can reach out there much further. So helping you, that really helps you to get out there in front of your body, reach out there and get into a good position for a good catch and pull. Okay, pretend like you're paddling a kayak or a canoe. If you want to extend that stroke, you reach out there further with that paddle and place it in the water further to get that stroke. All right, the same thing we're doing here. We're reaching out there further. So why is that important? Well, if you want to set yourself up for a good catch and a good pull, you want to be able to reach out there and really get that extension to start your catch earlier. If you're further out, you have more opportunity for a longer pull, which is going to give you more distance per stroke, all right, and allow you to travel further through the water with one stroke, okay? We don't want to be, when we're rotating and we're keeping that elbow high on the recovery, or we don't want to place our hand in the water in front of our face. We're going to get into this a lot more in a later series, but we don't want to put our hand in front of our face. We want our hand to enter the water either in line with our shoulder or preferably just to the outside of our shoulder. So you don't want to recover and put that hand in front of your face. You want to put that hand in front of that shoulder or just to preferably even to the outside of that shoulder. Okay, so rotation can help you set that up. It can also help you set that up incorrectly by rotating too much and really coming in across your center line and putting your hand in the water on the other side of your center line. So work on placing that hand in just in front or just to the outside of that shoulder. Okay, we don't want to pull across the plane of our body, and like I said, we're going to get into that a lot more later in one of our series. We don't want to over rotate. Javier just asked, how can I tell if I'm over rotating? Well, over rotating, one of the things you're probably doing is you're getting onto your shoulder, and your back might be completely exposed from the side when you roll over to get that. So that's one way of telling. You can also tell, which I'm going to talk about a drill here that we're going to do for your homework that will really, be able to tell if you're over rotating and then work on trying to improve it. So I'll get to that drill here in a minute, okay? So what can rotating correctly do for you? How can it help you? Well, one, it can help you breathe better. So you're rotating over, you'll be able to turn that head more naturally and more easily to be able to get a good breath. So we've already, we talked about breathing in the first series. So this can really help you perfect that breathing and perfect keeping that bottom goggle in the water and getting that good breath. What else can it do? Well, I already mentioned it about reaching further out front. So you're rotating over further, you're able to reach further out in front. You can set your catch and you're able to have a little bit longer of a pull, which allows you to travel further through the water with that one stroke versus maybe having to take in an extra 2 or 3 strokes to travel the same distance. So that's the second way it can help. The third way it can help is getting yourself, like I mentioned, that hand going in just on the outside of the shoulder, getting yourself in the right position for a good catch and pull. Okay, like I said, we're going to get to that catch and pull a little bit later, but being in the right position from the beginning is really important. Mentioning coming in front of your head or in front of your face, what happens there is you have to move your hand into the right place to start your catch and pull. This way, you're entering correctly in the right spot. You're ready to start your catch and pull right away. Okay, so think about those things. Rotating, all right, we're going to talk about this drill. So one of the things I want you to do for some homework, and you get out there in the pool, you can do this in a lake, you can do it most places, but get yourself a pool buoy. Pool buoy is basically one of those floats that goes between your legs. It's going to help pull your butt and your hips and your leg and your feet, up to the surface of the water. All right, it's also used for pulling drills where we're swimming, where we're using most of the time using hand paddles, and we're just working on isolating our shoulders and our arms for pulling, and our feet aren't working. But in this drill, the pool buoy is going to go between your ankles. Okay, so place the pool buoy between your ankles. Okay, start swimming freestyle. Okay, and notice if your body is from your hips, knees down, if you're starting to fishtail. Is my lower half of my body starting to fishtail, or is it staying nice and in line behind me? Okay, if your feet starting fishtailing back and forth, it means that you're swimming too flat, okay, and you're not rotating enough. So that flat swimming can lead to those feet and those legs fishtailing behind you. And you'll notice this pretty quick when you put that pool buoy between your ankles. Okay, so put it between your ankles, give it a shot, see how it goes. If you notice that you are doing some fishtailing, all right, it's time to work on that rotation a little bit more. So really think about engaging your core, okay, using the strength of your core to, like I said, keep your shoulders and your hips in line in one unit, and it's all rotating together. Okay, so really engage the core, feel the strength of your core kick in so that you can really hold that turn, that rotation, so you're in a good position for when you recover and you're back to swimming, your next stroke. All right, did that today, fishtailing Anastasia. All right, well, let's put on that pool buoy and give it a shot, and then really work on using your core to stabilize that and stop swimming quite so flat. Rotate over. You don't want your shoulders completely coming out of the water you're on a perpendicular to the water, but you want a rotation where your shoulders are rotating back and forth again on that long axis. Okay, so really focus on that. All right, Avier, do you recommend using any additional gear like Finis, TikTok, Hydrofin? The TikTok, definitely can work. You can feel that weighted device inside there, pop from one side to the other if you're rotating too much or too little. So, or not here at all if you're rotating too little. So I think it's a good tool. For me, I really like to work on that high elbow recovery, just feeling that rotation come in. This is slow swimming. This isn't trying to go fast. This is really working on nice and slow, methodical swimming and feeling that body rotate on that long axis. But you can certainly use some of the devices out there to try and see if they work for you. I've had good luck with people with some devices, not so much with others. So you can certainly give it a try, and if it's working for you, you're really noticing it's helping you, then great, man, use it, absolutely. So that's pretty much body rotation today. We want, again, go home, take that pool buoy you have, take it to the pool, take it to the lake, wherever you're going to be swimming, give it a shot. See how it feels, see how your body's reacting to based on how you're swimming, and then start working on developing that core and being able to engage it so that you can keep that body nice and in line. Remember, we're keeping the head in line with the spine, we're keeping our hips up, and we're keeping our legs up. All right, we talked about some of that before, and we're going to keep talking about it, all the way through this, because all this is important. We want to swim horizontal to the surface of the water. We don't want to be in various degrees of angle. The horizontal travels through the water much smoother and much cleaner than something on these angles, creating lots of drag as you're trying to go through the water. So keep those things in mind when you're out there this weekend, hopefully getting in some practicing. I got one more question from Elaine. Are you still snapping the opposing hip as you pull? Yes, you can still snap your hip, definitely engage that hip, drive that hip forward as you pull, absolutely. You can definitely do that for sure, and feel that hip engaging as you reach out in front of you with your stroke. So yes, definitely engage that hip. I just want to throw out there, you guys have probably seen it on the community page, but we're doing a swim clinic here in Sarasota, Florida, Sunday, August 12th. Starts at 9 a.m. It's $45. It's going to be 5 coaches on deck, really with some intense freestyle. We're really working on our technique. So it's a lot of really short swims with people on deck, coaches on deck, watching you as we go through these drills. So if you're interested in that, and if you can participate in that, jump on this community page. It's down there. You scroll down, you'll find the clinic information. Click on that link and sign up. All right, so hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you get in some good training and have fun with it. All right, get out there, practice this stuff, have fun with it. Don't get discouraged. You know, it's not about, you know, it takes time to perfect all this stuff. So go out there, work on it, find a buddy, you know, work on it together, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you next week. And what is my topic next week? Let me look real quick. We're going to talk about high elbow recovery. So I just mentioned that a little bit today, all right? But we're going to get into it a little bit more and with some drills that you can do to help work on that high elbow recovery. All right, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.